Hey there, fellow book lovers. Welcome back to another deep dive from Hook to Books. I'm your host, and whether you're maybe tackling chores, out for a walk, or just curled up in your favorite reading spot, I'm just really glad you're here with us today. You know, for people like us, people who really live and breathe stories, there's nothing quite like it, is there? We're the ones with the overflowing shelves, right? The ones who dog ear pages, even though we know, deep down, maybe we shouldn't. And we're definitely the friends sending screenshots of those perfect, devastating quotes at like 2 in the morning.
Oh, absolutely. Because they just hit you, right?
Yeah, exactly. And we genuinely believe, like really believe, that the right book at the right moment, it can change everything. And that connection, that passion, that's what the deep dive is all about. We, the team here at Hook to Books, we're the creators making this for you. Our whole mission is to go beyond just, scratching the surface. This is where we really explore what makes stories impactful. For us, the readers who are truly hooked, we unpack the magic, the meaning. And hey, if you're looking for more of this or reading guides or just want to connect with other book lovers, remember hooktobooks.com. That's our hub.
Mm-hmm. All the past deep dives are there, recommendations, everything.
Everything.
And today, our mission is super clear. We're diving deep, really focusing on the romance books of 2025. Not just the bestsellers, though. I mean, some definitely are.
Right.
But the ones that really mattered, the ones that, got under your skin, stayed with you, the stories that reminded you why you fell in love with, falling in love through fiction in the first place.
Oh, I love that phrasing. Yes.
These are the ones that hit different, that resonate. So think of this less like a strict ranking, maybe, and more like a love letter.
Yeah, a love letter to the books that made us cancel plans.
Totally, because you just couldn't put them down. These are the books that make you believe in that magic of love stories. We're not just going to talk plot summaries here. We want to dig into why they hit so hard, what the authors did that was maybe innovative, and how they fit into this whole evolving romance landscape.
Okay, let's definitely unpack that because, seriously, can we just talk about romantasy this year? It's been wild.
Absolutely wild. Transformative, even.
Right. I mean, I think back even 5-10 years ago, we were still kind of defending it, weren't we?
Oh, for sure. Explaining why fantasy romance wasn't just a, quote, guilty pleasure.
Exactly. Why it deserved respect. And now, it feels like the whole publishing world has shifted, completely.
It really has. Romantasy isn't just popular anymore. It's actually, driving things. Big trends, big decisions in the industry.
It's huge. We're seeing these massive publishing houses, the big names. They're not just buying a few romantasy titles. They're launching whole imprints just for fantasy romance.
That's a major commitment. Millions of dollars, dedicated marketing. They're actively hunting for new voices. It signals they're in it for the long haul.
And it's not just the traditional giants either. Indie authors, people who started out self-publishing maybe.
Yeah, building their audience online.
They're landing these incredible 7-figure deals, multi-book contracts. It's kind of revolutionary, the upward mobility we're seeing.
It really is. That kind of money used to be reserved for, household names.
Totally. And the final proof, the New York Times. The New York Times. Putting romance, specifically romantasy, on the front page of the book review section.
That's huge. Unthinkable a decade ago. It signals real mainstream acceptance, real literary respect.
It's not just a trend. It feels like a fundamental shift.
And what's really interesting, I think, beyond just the industry changes, is the boldness we're seeing in the writing itself.
Ooh, tell me more about that.
Well, zooming out, it feels like authors are more confident, pushing boundaries. We're seeing these emotional arcs that are just deeper, more complex, more nuanced. Authors are trusting us, the readers, with messier characters, people who make mistakes, who face really hard, ambiguous choices.
Not just perfect heroes and heroines.
Exactly. And relationships that don't follow the old predictable beats. It's not just about the HEA, the happily ever after.
Right.
It's about the journey to it, the messy, difficult, complex journey. And that makes us think more critically, doesn't it, about love, about human nature, or what relationships can actually look like.
It absolutely does.
And then there's the world building.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, yes. Let's talk world building.
Some of these fantasy realms this year, so intricate, so detailed. I've literally found myself Googling magical cities to see if they're real places.
I've done that too. You get so immersed.
Totally. And that shows such a commitment from the authors, right? These worlds aren't just wallpaper. They're characters in their own right. They influence everything.
Yeah, they shape the plot, the characters' choices, the whole emotional feel. maybe there's a magic system tied to, I don't know, ancestral spirits or a society built around specific powers.
And it feels real.
Exactly. You feel the chill of the enchanted forest, or you can almost hear the hum of magic in the library. It just elevates the whole experience. You're not just reading, you're stepping into another reality.
So true. It makes you wonder, listener, what details really make a world come alive for you?
Good question.
And speaking of intricate details and how the craft is evolving, there's this other trend I've noticed, something I've started calling cozy spice.
Ooh, cozy spice. I like that. Explain.
Okay, so you know how spice usually means like the level of steaminess,
Yeah,
the physical stuff?
right. The heat level.
Yeah. But cozy spice is different. It's intimacy that feels really warm and safe and just deeply, deeply emotional. It's less about the explicit act and more about the feeling behind it.
Ah, okay. So like the emotional intimacy is the focus.
Exactly. It's the connection that makes you feel the character's heart, their vulnerability,
Yeah.
like the soft touches, sharing secrets, those quiet moments of just getting each other. That's intimate too, right?
Absolutely. That can be incredibly sensual and meaningful without being explicit.
Totally. It adds these layers of tenderness and vulnerability. It feels like a reflection of readers wanting relationships built on that deep emotional bond first.
Where the physical is an extension of that, not the main event.
Precisely. Now, don't get me wrong. For those who love the explicit
Oh,
stuff.
there's still plenty of that.
Haha, yes. The genre is wonderfully broad, but this cozy spice adds this beautiful, rich dimension. It shows how romance keeps innovating and portraying love.
I love that. It speaks to the breadth of the genre.
Okay, so with all that exciting context, are you ready? Are you ready, listener?
I'm ready.
Because we're about to dive into our top 10 romance books of 2025 so far. We read a lot, we argued a little.
Lively debates.
Lively debates. And maybe stayed up way too late reading, but this list, these are the ones that really stuck with us here at Hook to Books.
Okay, prepare your TBR lists, people. These are the ones that left a mark.
All right. Kicking us off at number 10, we have The Longest Autumn by A.J. Eversley. This one. Wow, it kind of came out of nowhere for me, in the best way. A debut, right?
Yes, a debut. And that's what's so impressive. It arrives with this incredibly confident, really distinct, and honestly hauntingly beautiful voice. So the basic story is about Turnay. She's been trapped in this eternal autumn for like a century, watching her world just wither.
Oh, wow, that sounds intense.
It is. It's this perpetual state of decay. And then Jareth shows up. He's mysterious, enigmatic. You don't know if he's there to save her or destroy her.
Intriguing.
And the book holds that tension brilliantly. A.J. Eversley creates this super atmospheric, melancholic world. The magic system is tied to seasons and sacrifice, which is fascinating. But the real kicker, the eternal autumn works as this gorgeous, really effective metaphor for depression, for feeling stuck, in grief or loss.
That makes sense.
That resonates.
And Turnay's journey isn't about Jareth swooping in to magically fix everything. That felt really refreshing.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
It's more about her slowly learning to let someone else share the weight of her curse. Jareth's patience, his quiet understanding, it allows her to reconnect.
So the romance is slow burn.
Definitely. It mirrors the season's slow, inevitable, rooted in the shared understanding of pain. For a debut, the craft is just phenomenal.
Okay, trope tags, spice level.
Yeah, tropes. Cursed protagonist, hurt comfort, atmospheric fantasy, and spice. It's a gentle 2 out of 5 flames. Ooh! More meaningful and emotional than explicit.
Got it.
Ultimately, I think this book is about finding hope when everything just feels endless and bleak. And that's powerful, right? Especially if you've ever felt stuck yourself.
Absolutely. Sounds hauntingly beautiful. Okay, from Eternal Autumn, let's totally shift gears. We're going cozy small town, but with hidden depths. Number 9, Story of My Life by Lucy Score.
Oh, Lucy Score. She decided to break all our hearts with this one, didn't she? Seriously, in the best way, though.
Totally. And I think Story of My Life is a perfect example of what contemporary romance is doing so well right now, taking that cozy small town setting we love.
Yeah, the comfort read vibe.
Exactly. But injecting it with real, unflinching emotional depth. So the premise, Lena, she's a travel writer, sharp, witty. She comes back to her struggling small hometown.
To save the family bookstore, right? Love that trope.
Me too. And there she meets Dominic, the classic grumpy contractor, gruff exterior.
But secretly a marshmallow inside?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Cares about everyone, but pretends he doesn't need anyone.
The grumpy sunshine dynamic.
Textbook. But here's the thing. I went in expecting just a light, comforting read. And yes, it has that charm. The bookstore description, worn wooden floors and towers of books. You just want to live there.
Totally.
But the emotional complexity, it really surprised me. Lucy's score tackles grief, family expectations, figuring out who you are when you come home. And she does it with such tenderness. It's honest, but warm.
So it's not just fluff.
Not at all. And the aha moment for me was watching Lena and Dominic, how she patiently sees through his walls,
Yeah.
and watching him learn to accept care, to be vulnerable. It's just really inspiring character development.
A specific moment that stood out.
Okay, yes. The moment, and this destroyed me, when Dominic, Mr. Grumpy Contractor, starts reading to Lena when she can't sleep because of her insomnia.
Oh, stop. That's perfect.
Yeah, it's so simple but so intimate. Says everything.
Okay, tropes again. Spice.
Tropes. Small town, grumpy sunshine, family business in peril. Executed perfectly.
Yeah.
Spice. Solid 3 out of 5 flames. For Lucy's score balances the emotion and physical heat really well.
Insomnia reading.
Yeah,
Love
okay.
that. Okay, next up, number 8. Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. This one felt like it aimed right for the heartstrings.
Oh, it did. Abby Jimenez is a master of, devastating hope.
Devastating hope. Perfect description.
The premise itself is just heart-wrenching, isn't it? Clara loses her memory in an accident.
Yeah.
She's rebuilding her life, doesn't know who she was, and she feels this intense pull towards Gabriel, a man she supposedly loved, but she has zero memory of him.
Falling in love with someone you can't remember loving, it sounds purely devastating.
And it is.
Yeah.
In moments. But here's the Jimenez magic.
Mm.
It's also incredibly, impossibly hopeful.
How so?
Because Clara gets to choose Gabriel again, without any baggage, any history. It's a choice made entirely in the present.
Oh, wow. That makes it feel even more powerful, maybe.
Exactly. It's this fresh affirmation of their connection. But what really makes this book stand out, I think, is how it explores memory and identity. Clara isn't just trying to get her old self back. She's figuring out who she is now. With these feelings she can't explain but trusts.
And Gabriel's perspective must be complex, too.
Totally. He's grieving the relationship they lost, but also falling for this new version of her, that dual perspective. Stunning emotional complexity. It makes you think, about identity, about love, beyond just memories. Can connection transcend that?
Deep questions. Tropes. Spice.
Tropes. Second chance, memory loss, found family.
Yeah.
Spice. 3 out of 5 flames. Full emotional intensity with just the right heat.
Okay, need to add this one.
Yes. But seriously, a warning. Keep tissues nearby, like a lot of tissues, especially for the last third. It will get you.
Duly noted. Tissue warning confirmed. Okay, shifting gears again. Number 7 takes us somewhere darker, more atmospheric. The Darkness Within Us by Tricia Levin.
Yes. Dark academia meets fantasy romance. This one really hit that sweet spot for readers who love morally gray characters.
I am one of those readers. Tell me more.
So Chrysanthemum discovers she has this forbidden magic. Ancient, dangerous comes with a price.
Oh.
Which leads her to Volkov Academy.
Yeah.
Think dark secrets, dangerous knowledge. The whole dark academia vibe.
Love it already.
And there she meets Varian. His darkness calls to hers. It's perilous, but also intoxicatingly addictive.
Okay, sold.
What's great is Chrysanthemum isn't your typical heroine. She's ambitious, sometimes selfish, makes questionable choices to get power. Totally. And Varian isn't her savior, he's her match. In all the worst and best ways, their connection is built on understanding each other's shadows. It's intense.
This sounds amazing. And the setting.
Gorgeously atmospheric. Ancient libraries, secret societies. You feel it. And the magic system, based on emotional manipulation. It's fascinating, but also genuinely unsettling.
Whoa.
Plus complex political intrigue woven in. It really makes you question things like, how far would you go for power? What lines would you cross?
Love a book that makes you question your own morals. Tropes and spice.
Tropes. Dark academia, morally gray characters, magic school, spice, 4 to 5 flames.
Yeah.
Dark and intense, fits the mood perfectly. You will question your moral compass, and honestly, you'll enjoy every minute.
The best kind of reader warning. Okay, number 6.
Yeah.
This one has such a fun, unique origin story. Tusk Love by Thea Guanzon. We need the backstory here.
Oh, absolutely. This book is basically proof that fandom can literally will a book into existence. It's wild.
Oh,
So, Thea Guanzon wrote Tusk Love initially as a joke, like a fictional romance novel within her Hurricane Wars series, an Easter egg.
No way.
Yes, but the fans saw it, and they latched onto it. They demanded it, like full-on campaigns on social media.
That's amazing.
So she actually wrote it, the whole absurd, brilliant thing. And somehow it's this perfect mix of sincere fantasy romance and hilarious meta-humor.
Okay, what's the absurd premise?
It's about Belladonna, a scholar and mysterious shapeshifter
Yeah.
who has waited centuries for her. And yes, he has tusks.
Tusks. Okay.
And the premise is completely ridiculous, and that's why it works. It leans into the absurdity with such joy.
But it's still a good romance.
Surprisingly, yes. It's
Yeah.
genuinely tender and emotionally real despite the setup. You can feel the author's fun radiating off the page. The romance is handled with depth, and the world building is actually solid.
That's incredible for a book that started as a joke.
Right. It proves a book can be laugh out loud, funny, and deeply sincere. Tropes, metafiction, shapeshifter romance, unconventional love interest, spice, full 5 out of 5 flames. It's called Tusk Love. It delivers.
Oh, okay.
But the coolest part, it exists because fans made it happen. That's just inspiring. Shows the power of reader communities.
Is this because fans willed it into being? I absolutely love that. That's special. Okay, number 5. We're back to contemporary with the queen herself, Emily Henry. Great Big Beautiful Life. This one gave me serious wanderlust.
Oh, me too. Emily Henry just has this gift, doesn't she? Writing characters that feel so incredibly real, like you could text them.
Totally. So Sloane's life plan falls apart.
Yep. Meticulously planned future. Gone. She's adrift. Then she meets Willem, this free-spirited travel photographer.
Opposites attract.
Definitely. And he guides her towards unexpected adventures, showing her that sometimes the best paths are the unplanned ones.
And the travel aspect. You said wanderlust.
Oh, yeah. Side effect. Yeah. Immediate urge to browse Airbnb. Henry makes the locations live. Bustling markets in Morocco, quiet beaches in Greece. Each place feels magical. It's not just backdrop. It drives Sloane's self-discovery.
Ah, so it's tied to her journey.
Exactly. But what really shines is how it handles that quarter-life crisis feeling. With honesty, vulnerability, humor. Sloane isn't broken. She's just figuring out who she is now, without the old plans.
That's relatable.
Very. It digs into living authentically, choosing adventure over security, trusting the path will reveal itself. It makes you reflect, listener. When has a fictional journey made you question your own path?
Good question. Tropes and spice.
Tropes. Quarter-life crisis, travel romance, opposites attract. Spice. A sweet heat, 3 out of 5 flames. Emotional depth intertwined with the physical connection. Classic Emily Henry.
The Airbnb browsing is too real.
Okay. Number 4. We're returning to a world that had everyone buzzing. The Hurricane Wars, #3 by Thea Guanzon. The conclusion.
And what a conclusion. Thea Guanzon absolutely delivered. The hype was immense and she met it. So Taliesin and Allegric's final battle.
Yeah. The final climactic, utterly devastating battle.
Yep.
And in the process, everything readers thought they knew about this world, completely overturned, shattering, but so satisfying.
Sounds epic.
It is. The world building, already huge, becomes cosmic. Multiple realms, ancient gods, magic systems connecting in unexpected ways. It's massive.
Wow.
But the genius is how personal it all feels. It's not just saving the world. It's about Taliesin and Alaric choosing each other, fighting for their connection against impossible odds.
Their relationship evolution must be key.
Absolutely. Seeing them go from bitter enemies to reluctant allies to true, trusting partners. It's beautiful. They fight together, think together, trust completely.
Earned intimacy.
Totally earned. And when the final twist hits, because of course there's a twist the way they face it together,
Yeah.
perfect fulfillment of their whole arc.
Goosebumps. Tropes. Spice. Emotional damage level.
Uh-huh. Tropes. Epic fantasy. Enemies to lovers. War and politics. Spice. 4 out of 5 flames. 4 intense. Emotionally charged. Fits the stakes. Emotional damage level. Severe. But oh, so satisfying.
Severe, but so satisfying. The fantasy reader's badge of honor. Okay, number 3. Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. The third Empyrean book. People were practically camping out for this one.
The hype was definitely real. And Onyx Storm just cements Rebecca Yarros as the queen of romantasy. It also shows how sequels can actually get better.
Really? Better than Fourth Wing or Iron Flame?
In terms of depth and impact, I think so. Violet and Xaden face their biggest challenge yet, and it fundamentally reshapes their world. It's a game changer. No spoilers.
Okay, what stands out?
The dragon bonds. Yarros goes so much deeper into how the magic works, how dragons choose writers, how these bonds shape individuals and society. It enriches the world so much.
And at Violet's growth.
Stunning. She's gone from just trying to survive to actively shaping her world. She's powerful, strategic, resilient.
Love to see it. And Violet and Xaden.
Their relationship deepening is key. They're not just lovers anymore. They're true partners. making impossible decisions together, trusting each other completely. Their communication is so much better.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Watching them navigate crises as this unified team, it's beautiful. It proves sequels can build and become even more profound.
Makes sense. Tropes. Spice.
Tropes. Dragon bonds, war college, established couple, spice, full 5 out of 5 flames. Yarrows does not hold back, and it deepens their connection.
Okay, need to bump that up the list. And speaking of Yarrows, number 2 is technically a re-release, but it feels essential. Fourth Wing, Special Anniversary Edition.
Absolutely essential. 50,000 words of new content, including Xaden's POV, plus gorgeous new covers. It absolutely deserves this spot.
It really does. Why is it so significant beyond just the new stuff?
It's a powerful reminder of why Fourth Wing was such a cultural phenomenon. And the new content, especially Xaden's perspective, it recontextualizes everything, makes the original story richer, deeper.
Tell me about Xaden's POV. Was it worth the wait?
Oh, absolutely. Getting inside his head during those key moments, seeing his internal struggle, his planning, his absolute terror for Violet, it's everything fans wanted.
Add so much depth to his character.
Exactly. You understand his actions, his motivations, his sacrifices on a whole new level. It makes the original story even more devastating and beautiful because you see both sides now.
Wow.
But beyond the new words, it's how Fourth Wing keeps bringing new readers into romantasy. It's like the gateway drug.
Totally.
It continues to set the standard. Complex, emotional, high-stakes stories with characters who grow and earn their happiness. Tropes, dragon riders, enemies to lovers, military academy. Spice, still a strong 4 out of 5 flames. And the new scenes add perfect layers. Its cultural impact is undeniable, still changing the landscape.
Xaden's POV truly was everything.
Okay.
Drumroll. Our #1 romance book of 2025 so far is The Atlas 6 by Ella V. Blake. Now, hold on. I know what you're thinking. It came out in 2022, but here's out.
Haha, yes, we know. But this is where the powers of BookTok, BookTube, word of mouth, it's undeniable. The Atlas 6 had its major cultural moment this year.
Right. It exploded in 2025.
Completely. Driven by reader recommendations, social media buzz, it became the defining dark academia psychological romantasy of the first half of the year. It's a perfect example of how a book's big moment can come later.
Okay, remind us of the premise. It's intense.
Super intense. 6 gifted magicians get recruited to the legendary Library of Alexandria.
The one that was lost.
Supposedly.
Oh.
But there's a catch. Only 5 get chosen to become full medians. It turns academic competition deadly.
Chilling.
It's absolutely bonkers in the best way. It blends dark academia, psychological thriller, multi-POV romantasy, and somehow it all works. It's addictive.
And the magic system is cool, right? Tied to academic.
Yeah. A physicist, a naturalist, an empath, a historian. Each has a unique approach to power rooted in their discipline. It feels really smart.
But the characters are the key, aren't they?
Absolutely. They are profoundly morally complex. There's no clear hero, no obvious villain, no set romantic endgame. As a reader, you're constantly uncertain who to trust, who to root for.
And that's addictive.
Totally. The relationships shift, surprise you. You question everyone's motivations constantly. It forces you to think about morality, power, ambition, the gray areas.
Okay, I get why it's #1 now. Tropes. Spice.
Tropes. Dark academia, ensemble cast, psychological complexity, spice. 3 out of 5 flames, but it's way more psychological and cerebral than physical.
Yeah.
Intense in a different way.
Makes sense.
It's #1 because, honestly, it's the book everyone was talking about all year, sparking endless debates, theories. It dominated the conversation.
It really did. The Hook to Books group was nonstop Atlas 6 talk for months. So there you have it. Our top 10 for 2025 so far. Looking back at this list, it's so diverse, isn't it?
It really is.
From haunting debuts to epic conclusions, cozy contemporaries to dark academia, these books are pushing boundaries, but they still deliver that core emotional satisfaction we crave from romance.
Absolutely. And if you connect the dots, themes emerge, right? Across the whole list.
Like what are the deeper meanings here?
Well, I see a huge emphasis on agency.
Yeah.
Characters actively choosing their paths, their partners shaping their destiny.
Yeah, definitely.
And connection.
Yeah.
Deep, hard-won connection that goes beyond just attraction. Real partnership. And importantly, these books embrace the messiness of real love. It's not perfect. It's difficult conversations, compromises, vulnerability. It's authentic.
So true. Love isn't always neat.
Exactly. And underlying it all is the magic in choosing someone every single day, through the good and the bad. These books aren't just about the HEA. They're about the work to get there, the growth.
How love changes us, challenges us, Makes us braver.
Precisely. It's about transformation through connection.
So, thinking about all that, what does it mean for you, listener? These stories, from The Longest Autumn to the Atlas Six, they show that maybe the greatest magic isn't just in spells or dragons. Maybe it's in that radical act of choosing vulnerability, choosing growth, choosing messy connection, even when it's hard. So, here's a thought to mull over. What does it truly mean for you to choose a love story in books or life that challenges your ideas about what happily ever after looks like? We really want to hear from you. What books blew you away in the first half of 2025? What absolutely should have been on this list?
Yes, tell us.
Head over to our Facebook group, just search Hooked to Books and share your top picks. I always love seeing what books are making you stay up too late. And maybe rethink your dating standards.
It happens.
It totally happens. And if you want more deep dives like this, more recommendations, reading guides, book club chats, make sure you subscribe at hookedtobooks.com. We've got advanced reviews coming for the second half of the year, too. And hey, if you're super passionate and want to help us curate future lists, reach out through the site. We love collaborating with our amazing community.
We really do.
Thank you so much for listening today, for being part of this awesome Hooked to Books community, and for believing, like we do, that the right book at the right moment, it can change everything. Keep reading, keep recommending, and keep falling in love with stories. Until next time, happy reading.